A construction crew is hard at work along East McCarty in Jefferson City, not just rebuilding the road, but putting in curbs and gutters and sidewalks. After years of not requiring sidewalks, cities are playing catch-up, and Jefferson City's among them.
Jefferson City's had a patchy history with sidewalks. We've had periods in our history, where we've required sidewalks to be constructed when a new building goes up, for example. And we've had times when we haven't required that.
Scenes like this are not uncommon in the capital city, people walking on pavement or yards to get to their destinations. It didn't used to matter that much, but these days citizens are more in tune to walking and riding bikes. So the city adopted a sidewalk requirement for new developments. Some residents in older neighborhoods complained they didn't want to pay for other people's new sidewalks while theirs were in bad shape.
Paying for a new sidewalk when you have an old sidewalk, but the old sidewalk is not functional or usable because it's cracked and broken, and in fact a hazard and a detraction.
The city's sidewalk requirement has at times led to some complaints from developers and businesses, and a program of variances and deferrals was developed. It still brings occasional problems on who becomes exempt.
We've got a little pushback on that, and understandably so, because a property that's building a new building out in Algoa, for example, today, perhaps that demand for sidewalks isn't quite there yet. So why not give that business a waiver or a deferral?
On El Marine Avenue, as on Vineyard Square, residents signed a petition to take advantage of a neighborhood improvement program where they shared 11% of the cost with the city. Now they're meeting new neighbors.
They all come and walk on our sidewalks, and of course we're a dead-end street, so it's just perfect, you see. It's a good way for our neighborhood to connect with one another. It keeps us a community.
Another street in the area, Moreland Avenue, will be getting new sidewalks next year. City officials point to the progress, especially along Southwest Boulevard, a street that had bus stops but no sidewalks to get to them. The south side of Missouri Boulevard has new sidewalks, some of it stretching more than a couple of miles, but the north side is a different story. You'll find places where there are no sidewalk, then sidewalk that leads to nowhere.
That's a big improvement in that area. It's only on one side of the street, but you got to start small, and that's what we've done.
Little by little, new concrete is showing up in many capital city neighborhoods. Councilman Ralph Bray says the new sidewalks change the look of a neighborhood and make it more inviting. He says it's part of Jefferson City's need to attract more young residents.
The older but the younger, and get new people in the old neighborhoods and grow up and enjoy the architecture and the character that they provide and the pedestrian quality that they provide, which is significant.
Some thoroughfares in town have neither sidewalks nor adequate shoulders, and for traveling there, it could still be a walk on the wild side. When will Jefferson City have all the sidewalks it needs?
Oh, that's going to be many, many years, Dick. There are a huge number of areas yet that sidewalks are not built in the city, and the city's working on a prioritized list, if you will, and trying to build sidewalks next to schools and along arterial streets first. So we're kind of making some progress, but we've got a long way to go.
Meanwhile, officials in the capital city are not only talking the talk, they're walking the walk. In Jefferson City, Dick Preston, KRCG 13 News.